say, sports. She say, sports. She say, sports. She say, sports.
There's a comparison of you and Steph Curry. How do you feel about that comparison, and who wins in the one-on-one?
Well, to answer the second question first, I mean, I know he's younger, but I still have something left.
Oh, yeah.
One-on-one is a little different than playing in 5-on-5. I'm not going to say who's going to win, but I wouldn't back down if the opportunity came.
That's
see.
good.
Yeah, because I'm a competitor still.
Absolutely.
The first question, what did you say?
How
the comparisons? You know what? There's always going to be some comparisons. I don't take offense to it. Actually, every time I hear something like that, I'm like enormously humbled by it.
Yeah.
Super grateful that people would even think to mention me in the breath of those guys. So that's the way I take it, because he's a phenomenal player. And so just to be mentioned, I'm truly humbled by it.
You're that dude. Sorry. I mean, I'm looking at him like, what? But and that's cute, but you're that dude. So sorry. And it's amazing. You started out as a practice player, but you went on to become a 2-time WNBA champion with the Houston Comets. I mean, most players, like you said, most players don't even probably get a ring. How did that feel for you? Was that even a dream of yours? Did you even dream that you would even get to that pinnacle of sports, becoming a champion?
Well, of course, no, because I didn't know that the WNBA was coming. I had set my sights on going overseas.
That's true.
And I had a contract to go overseas, but then, I got pregnant at the end of my senior year. So I thought, okay, basketball is really over now. But to me, just making the team was enough because I was told that I couldn't. I was told by the coach who, Van Chancellor was the coach of the Comets. He was my college coach. And he told me, don't even come to the tryout. He told me, you got a snowball's chance in hell of making my team because you're not tall enough. Now, I'm a 6-foot center, right? But I don't have sense enough to know that. I mean, what does that mean to me? Because I've always played with heart. So height never mattered to me. And of course, I had just had a baby. Like my daughter at the time, when the tryouts were May 11th, 1997, I had Ashley January 11th, 1997. And I was still rehabbing. So, on the outside looking in, I could see him feeling like, okay, girl, you're not going to be able to, get back in shape, rehab, and be ready to compete for a professional, to be a part of a professional team. But I think the mistake he made was actually telling me I could.
So how did you end up at Mississippi State? What happened?
Oh, the great Jackie Sherrill. See, this is one thing I do remember too. Like I always tell people, my neighborhood was a special athletic neighborhood. If you go back and look through the record store with like Lindsey Hunter, pro basketball player, played for 15 years, multiple championships, starting with him. Then after that, we just started coming. And I could just remember in my neighborhood, I used to watch all these coaches, Coach Perry, everybody riding through the neighborhood. I was like, damn, one of these people got to come through here for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was the key. And not only did we have numerous SEC players and pro players, we had Savante Screenfellow, went to the Olympics in the triple jump. We had just said basketball. We had a couple of players went pro out of baseball in high school. So it was just an athletic neighborhood. And Coach Sherrill, I never forget, Coach Sherrill came to my neighborhood, walked in my living room, told my mama to go get him a beer. So he had already won my mama. So as we sat there, we was talking, and he was just serious about it. He was like, hey, we finna take the program to another level. We need you to be the catalyst for that. And how should I say, we're gonna make sure your NIL is good. And I'm like, you know what, we good.
Whoa. Okay. Okay.
Oh no, that stands for National Teachers Alumni Day. They don't
Okay,
stand for
yeah.
Doc, tell me your thoughts on Bill Russell as a basketball player.
Wow. I don't think I have the words to really do it justice, but I'll say this. When you said that he had won 11 NBA championships. He won 2 of those championships as a coach, as a head coach and player, right?
Right.
Unbelievable. When I grew up, I had a coach in grammar school, junior high school, and he loved the Boston Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
And he told us about almost each one of their first 7 players, and what their commitment was and who they were as men. And what I will always remember is how he talked about Bill Russell being a man of value, of purpose, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the purpose was to be able to do more for others who were not able to do for themselves,
right.
and to set a standard, if you will, not just on the court as being, great players, hardworking, and all that, but outside of the game of basketball as well.
Yes.
And I've always remembered that. And what stands out with me more than anything else, because I'm a staunch believer that we can, will, and are doing more than just playing sports, was his social activism. I think about the Cleveland Summit, where the stars of stars showed up. Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, all of them showed up because they wanted to help Bill Russell. Kareem was there. There's this iconic picture of all of them sitting around the table. Mm-hmm. Jim Brown was there having this discussion, right? How are we going to help Ali because he's been blackballed? They've taken away his right to continue to make a living and what have you. Bill Russell stood up against those individuals, particularly in the Boston, Massachusetts area, where they broke into his house and defecated, on his bed, right? Because he spoke up about how racist people were in Boston.
Hey, Audie, did you have what was your moment, your welcome to the NBA moment? Like, I don't know if you walked on the court and saw Kareem or whatever. I mean, what was your moment when you realized that, man, I really made it?
Well, I tell you, I didn't play. I played only 30 games my rookie season because of the stretch breaks. I didn't play. I was on the injury list practically the whole year. But then when I did get in the game, you talk about Kareem and the welcome to the NBA moment. Man, I'm sitting on the bench. We're in Portland, and I'm like, wow, man, that's Kareem. Wow, that's Bob McAdoo. Wow, that's Jamal Wilkes. I'm starstruck.
Right.
I see you guys up close and personal. I'm sitting here, stargazing and stuff, and all the while Jack Ramsey's calling me to come in the game. I'm not hearing anything, and my teammates were cracking up because they knew I didn't hear them because I was like, I'm saying it out loud to myself. Jack calling me, and finally he said, all right, I'm gonna say it just like he said it. He said, God damn it, Norris, you want to play this? You want to get your ass off the bench to get this game.
You like, oh.
I'm like, okay, coach, I'm ready.
That's hilarious. You guys made it to the big dance. So we go to Baylor last year. That was a challenge for us. But we get LSU the following year and the same coach, Hall of Famer, Coach Mosley. So we got to talk about this. Yeah. So when you found out that you guys were playing LSU, what went through your head? Because you knew what coach was there. What went through your head?
Man, I was thinking to myself, this is it. This is it. We know her system. We know her style. We know how they're going to come out and play. We know how aggressive they're going to be. They have her personality.
Yeah.
She's tough. She's a go-getter. She's going to get after it. They play like her. She took a team that was not hers and had them to do things that they hadn't done in 3 or 4 years. So I knew what they were playing off of was what she instilled in them. So with that being said, we already knew the system because we had did an extensive amount of research and breakdown on her Baylor's program. Yeah. But she didn't have Baylor's athletes. And so we knew we stood a chance. It was just embarrassing against Baylor, y'all. We got to the locker room. You come in as SWAC champions and you leave the NCAA first round and you feel like you have failed. Mm-hmm. You feel like you don't even belong on a basketball court when you get beat by 50 like that. And I told the team and I told my staff, we will be back next year. And I told my staff, my strength and conditioning coach, every supplement Baylor is taking, I won't.
She say, sports.